Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. So today's video, we're going to talk about the Don't Say Gay bill, which, by the way, I hate calling it. I knew that liberals labeled it as such because they are forever assholes. Democrats, rather, sorry. It's not called the Don't Say Gay bill. It's a bill that the left is lying about. Therefore, it is wrong. It is not called the Don't Say Gay bill. It's called the Parental Rights in Education bill. That's what it is. It's a legislation that's out in Florida. So Governor DeSantis is going to sign this, I think, this week, if not tomorrow or Wednesday, which is today that you guys are watching it, Tuesday, sorry. So either he's signing it today or Wednesday. That being said, guys, when you look at the bill, when you do the responsible thing and actually read the bill, you're like, oh shit, it's not what the fucking liberals are making. Now listen, when I saw the bullshit on the news, I'm like, okay, the left is lying, clearly. They were clearly lying. I didn't even have to know they were lying, I just knew they were lying. I knew that they were lying about it. I knew that they were making shit up, they were embellishing things. So of course, I had to do my due diligence and do the research, and I read this bill. This bill was asininely long. I was ready to fucking commit suicide and eat Spam because it was so long. But nonetheless, it's 7 pages. That's not too long, but it was long enough for me contemplating Spam. With that, guys, I'm reading this bill. I'm like, everything that the LGBT community who is fighting against this is saying is false. Everything that the liberals, the Democrats, are saying about this bill is false. Hell, man, there are even gay people that agree with this bill. Because this bill is not about restricting freedom of expression or damning the LGBT community in any way. What this bill is saying, and there's 2 parts to the bill. First part of the bill is making sure that kids from kindergarten to 3rd grade are not taught any kind of LGBT studies, categories, learnings, any of that bullshit, right? No LGBT subjects for kids from the age kindergarten to 3rd grade. That's one part of the bill. So obviously, in this bill, they want kids to be kids. They don't want kids at fucking kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade to wonder about what their fucking gender identity is. They want these kids to be fucking kids. Now, after 3rd grade, they have to notify the parents that they're teaching them this stuff. So now they're going to allow it, and parents are going to have the opportunities to opt their kids out of this shit if they want. That's the other part of the bill. Then there's actually a 3rd part of the bill where parents can now look at kids' records in school. So when you go to the school and you ask to see your kids' records, and some schools are like, no, we can't do that. In Florida, they're no longer doing that. If I go to my kid's school in Florida, let's just say hypothetically I live there, and I wanted to see my kid's records, I am able to see it. And I'm able to see his medical records in school. So if for whatever reason my kid gets a bloody nose, he gets cut on his head, you know, they keep those little records of them. I can see what they're putting in that record. I can see who he's meeting also. If he's talking to anybody for therapeutic reasons and shit like that, I can see that as well. So that's a good thing. They're not restricting parents from their rights to know who their kids are. A lot of the schools today, guys, they have this indoctrinating LGBT program going on that a lot of us are not aware of. And they try to slip it in when they can. They think they're funny, but they should absolutely be letting parents teach their kids about this shit if they want. And if they want their kids to learn about the LGBT community from an LGBT member, then that's also afforded to them. He's not cutting them out altogether. Yet somehow, Democrats saw this entirely different and started ranting and raving about it. So of course CNN, liberals, Democrats are calling DeSantis anti-gay and his anti-gay movements. And I'm like, he's protecting kids where kids should be protected. The fact that the LGBT community is fighting this is alarming. The fact that they think it's wrong for kids from kindergarten to 3rd grade not to learn this stuff is alarming. The fact that they think parents shouldn't be involved in this is alarming. Because as long as the teachers tell me, all right, this week we're teaching the kids about transgender, I could be like, no, we're not playing this game. Or I could be like, all right, as long as you guys are subjected to it or subjective enough to teach them about the ups and downs of it, fine. But if you guys sit there and teach them that it's all glory and good and there's no downs of it, then that's kind of bullshit. But my point is they give us the option that our kids are going to learn this stuff. That's awesome. Because I could say yes or I could say no. You're putting the power back in the parents' hands by doing so. So State Senator Jeffrey Brannis, I think that's how you say his name. He's a Republican who's down in Florida, who's also gay. He wanted to broaden the legislation bill. He wanted to broaden it to the point where kids don't learn about any sexual orientations between the ages of K to third grade. And I agree with that. I'm like, all right, that makes sense. But he wants them to X out all sexual orientations, whether you're straight, gay, you know, he wants to X it all out. So I'm like, all right, that's a fine compromise. But whatever reason, Florida representative shot it down. Well, whatever, guys. At least he was thinking on a broader scale as well. But again, guys, this whole LGBT thing that's going on here in the United States is fucking strange. I do not think my kids need to know about transgender at all. If my kid was transgender and I wanted him to learn about it, then I would sign up for one of these services and be like, all right, my kid's fucking, you know, trying to be a chick. Here, deal with him. And that's how I would handle it. I wouldn't sit there and, you know, cut him off or any bullshit like that, but I would fucking have them address it for him and help him out. But to sit there and now tell kids that they might be transgender because they think a certain way, which has been seen in some of the schools here in the United States. Oh, if you think that way, you could be gay. You could be bisexual. Now, this is the crazy shit that, again, that's indoctrinating. Trying to convince kids that they are gay or lesbian or transgender or asexual or whatever million fucking genders that are out there now. That's the bullshit. And I like the fact that DeSantis is dropping the hammer and telling them, no, we're not doing this. And if we're going to do this, we're going to do it this way. And that's all he's doing. He's just changing the way it's done. He's not completely cutting the LGBT community down. He's giving them a route on how it should be done. Interestingly enough, the students in Florida, in one school, I think it's Winter Park, I think that's the school where those kids were shot up. This school had a walkout a couple days ago. And they said they're going to be walking out every day until their demands are met. All right, terrorists. Here's the problem when people report kids walking out in school. Kids today will walk out for anything. You go to your school and be like, yo, that restaurant, man, they put fucking pickles on my burger instead of onions. We should protest. We're going to have a walkout. Kids are going to be like, yeah, listen, you give kids any reason to walk out of school, they're going to do it. So when CNN and these liberal rags start talking about how kids are protesting by walking out, these kids will walk out for anything. These kids will walk out for a Save the World campaign. That's how fucking pathetic it is. So, reading all of the liberal shit I had to read to report this, I guess, it was asinine. My head was hurting when I was done. I'm like, these people are really spinning this around. I'm like, if you read the bill, and I'm going to put the bill in the link below, when you read it, it spells it out plainly. It's not hiding anything. There's no misrepresentation. It's telling you what it is and how it's protecting the kids and how it's going to work. That's it. But anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. And like and subscribe to this channel. Like and subscribe to the Angry Prepper Fitness channel. Like and subscribe to the Angry Prepper channel. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching.